In the near future, Path of Titans will add 2 new critters to its AI exclusive roster as well as enhancements to their corresponding spawning systems, creating more in-depth to that side of the game. The debate regarding NPC dinos in Path has been getting traction ever since the big announcement made on their April's Devblog, when they showcased their huge advancements in server capacity optimization, which would in turn give them the leverage of increasing the quantity and complexity of bot dinos, making people wonder just how much would Alderon focus on that specific department, and most importantly, how exactly can said focus benefit the game overall. While the answer to those questions is still up in the air, we will soon start getting some hints with the inclusion of the previously mentioned features. For those who don't yet know the details of what I'm talking about, in the latest POT blog it was shown 2 upcoming critters. Dinomosuchus, a carnivorous pseudosuchian from the mid-Triassic, and Wadiosaurus, a large docnodon from the early Triassic. I mean, large for a critter, that is. Nothing of substance was really said about the latter outside of its concept art, but Dynamo, however, was explicitly said to be aggressive, being large and strong enough to impose considerable danger to small playables and babies alike.
Dinomosuchus is quite large and will be dangerous to many of the smaller creatures or young dinosaurs on the Path of Titans roster.
This then takes us to the other aspect highlighted by the devs, the upcoming creatures' dynamic spawning and territorial burrows. This mechanic, as the title implies, dynamically spawns our little fellas across the map outside of the usual burrows, wandering around and reacting differently depending on what they encounter, either fleeing from larger playables or attack whatever is small enough to trigger it. And the same applies to territorial burrows, a new kind of burrow of which its inhabitants will automatically pop out and attack whatever is near them, if again they are small enough. This is clearly the first big push towards the total inclusion of AI dinosaurs into the game, and testing such feature with critters is actually pretty clever, I must say. It is a rather good introduction to the set of systems that will eventually become prevalent on most servers. It establishes some expectations in regards to bots and lets players interact with those mechanics in a smaller scale so we get used to them early on. And on top of that, the devs can then analyze the results to improve those features over time. It's a win-win for everyone in my opinion. Now, all of these are great news, but the real question here is how can this help the game exactly? Over the course of a few months, I had a change of mind when it comes to NPCs in this genre. My initial stance was their negatives were too detrimental to be worth its implementation. I was talking specifically about the AI at that time, but the discussion fits Path as well since they are also adding them. However, I slowly came to realize that I was wrong on that matter. If done correctly, bots can actually enhance these kinds of games a lot more than most of us would think, myself included. So let's address them one at a time. The most obvious one is population. With bot dinosaurs roaming around everywhere, every server would feel much more alive and contribute to a more active gameplay experience. A very common problem dino survival games have at the moment is players being forced to either walk for hours in order to find another player, or remain stationary in one section of the map, spending the same amount of time in one place with slightly more frequent player encounters. Neither situation is good for the game, or even enjoyable, let's be honest. Having dozens or even hundreds of NPCs scattered throughout Gondua would instantaneously fix that problem. You would no longer feel the need to travel in order to find people so you can play the game. With AI, you know that wherever you go, you will always find dinosaurs at some point, so the pressure and hurry to find others ceases to exist. In that case, you would travel for the novelty of traveling or some quest-related reason, rather than the search of players, leading to much more interactable gameplay sessions, not to mention that you wouldn't need full servers to have fun anymore as well. Another relevant aspect is the gameplay potential NPCs bring to the table. Quantity is one thing, but the quality and complexity of bots can completely change the way we engage with Path on a daily basis. I know this is a bit of a stretch, but just imagine having herds of AI with migration cycles, mating seasons, schedules where they rest, eat, sleep, and stuff like that. Imagine a pack of carnivores becoming infamous on your server for being very efficient at killing a specific species of dinosaur, and a global quest appears rewarding you if you kill one of their members. In fact, the whole inclusion of NPCs would be a massive addition if we synergize it with the quest system. The new one they are working on, that is. A while back, I made a video discussing that topic in relation to nesting exclusively, but it is still a good segue, so feel free to check it out for more information. Combining both features would improve the game tremendously, especially the quest side of things. Path is commonly memed due to that mechanic. Acorn Collector Simulator is probably something you have heard before, and sadly, there is a basis of truth to that. Quests in PoT are very basic, but even worse than that, they are boring. And Alderon knows that, fortunately, hence why they are working on a rework in the first place, so at least they are willing to change things up for the betterment of the title. As of yet, we don't completely know just how different their update will be. We got a new quest here and there that are a bit better than the default ones, but it still leaves much to be desired. But with smart NPC dinos though, the devs would have the opportunity and leverage to make more complex, elaborate and lengthy quests. You could have to rescue a baby dinosaur, leading a herd somewhere, fight a bot pack for leadership, hunt a specific herd, kill an elder dino, etc. If they make AI intelligent enough, their existence alone would make the game much more dynamic and engaging, and if we combine it with quests, that conjunction could truly take Path into greater heights. But what do you guys think? Do you have high expectations when it comes to this? Let me know in the comments below. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters for supporting the channel and the content I create. If you wanna join the ranks, you can do so for only $1 a month. The link will be in the description. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and opinions down below, join our Discord server, engage with the community, and I hope to see you all next time.